Welcome to the Explainer. Have you ever had a great idea and thought, man, somebody should pay me for this? Well, today we're going to break down exactly how you can make that happen. We're diving into Stephen Key's brilliant book, One Simple Idea, which is all about turning your imagination into actual cash. Okay, let's just jump right in with a question that kind of flips everything we think we know about making money on its head. We're taught that you have to build a whole business, right? But what if you could skip all that? What if the idea itself is the most valuable part, and you could get paid just for thinking it up? I mean, think about the old way of doing things. It's all about massive risk, right? You build a factory, hire a bunch of people, invest a ton of money. It's a huge headache. Now, look at this new way. Instead of building the entire car, what if you just designed a smarter cup holder and rented that idea to a car company? You get to focus on the fun, creative part, and they handle everything else. And that, my friends, is the power of licensing. It is a total game changer. See, in today's world, big companies are actually looking for outside ideas to stay ahead of the competition. They call it open innovation. And you know what? They don't care about your fancy degree or your resume. They just want great concepts that will help them sell more stuff. So, let's be clear. This isn't about selling your idea for a one-time fee and then walking away. It's more like a partnership. You're basically renting out your creativity. The company does all the heavy lifting. The manufacturing, the marketing, all that stuff. And you get to collect checks or royalties, even while you're sleeping. This piece of advice from his dad was a huge turning point for the author Stephen Key. And he saw it in action when he worked at a toy company. Get this, the guy who invented a talking teddy bear, which sold over 5 million units in 1 year, he wasn't in the factory. He didn't ship a single box. He had just licensed the concept, and he made millions while the company did all the work. That was a serious aha moment. Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, but how do I find one of these ideas? Well, it's not about sitting around and waiting for a lightning bolt of inspiration to strike. It's actually about becoming a really good observer of the world around you. And the process is way simpler than you'd imagine. You start with something you already love. Sports, cooking, whatever. It makes the research part feel like fun, not work. And you're not trying to invent the next iPhone here. You're just looking for one clever little tweak, that one small improvement that makes a product that already exists just a little bit better. Here's a powerful little trick for you. Just start asking, what if? It's a fantastic way to get your brain thinking differently. For example, one inventor literally woke up in the middle of the night and just thought, what if a lock used letters instead of numbers? And that one simple question led to the word lock, which became a huge success. It's such a perfect example. The idea wasn't some super complex piece of technology. It was just useful and a little surprising. It solved a real problem for people who can remember a 4-letter word way easier than a 4-digit code. Simple, smart, and perfect for licensing. Now, this next part is so important because it completely flips the usual invention process on its head. Most people think you have to build a prototype first, then get a patent, and then try to find someone to buy it. That is totally backward, and it's expensive. The key is don't build it first. Let's talk about something we all hate, a clogged drain. It's a universal problem, right? And for years, the solutions were just terrible. You either poured nasty chemicals down the sink or you had to call a plumber and spend a fortune. Then along comes this guy, Gene Loma, with a ridiculously simple fix, the Zip It Clean. It's just a cheap little piece of plastic with some hooks on it, but it did the job better, faster, and safer than anything else out there. And that little idea was a massive hit because it solved a common problem in a much better way. That's what we call market validation. So before you go all in on an idea, you have to prove people actually want it. And you can do that just by answering these 4 simple questions. If you can clearly say who your customer is, why they need this, where they'd buy it, and what they'd pay, now you've got something real. And that proof is what gets a company to pay attention. Okay, you've got your idea, you've validated it, now you have to package it so that a super busy executive can understand it in like less than a minute. This is all about being crystal clear and getting straight to the point. This right here is your secret weapon. It's the one-line benefit statement. You have to boil your entire idea down to the single most important benefit for the customer. Not what it is, but what it does for them. This is the single sentence you use to get your foot in the door. Now, once you've gotten them interested with that one-liner, you follow up with this. the sell sheet. This isn't some 50-page business plan, no way. Think of it more like a movie poster for your idea. It's one single page designed to be understood in about 60 seconds. All right, here's where things get real. But listen, don't be intimidated by this part. You have to remember, you're not asking for a favor. You're bringing them a business opportunity. You've done the work, you've validated the idea, and that preparation is what's going to give you confidence. When you're looking at a contract, you gotta pay close attention. Everybody focuses on the royalty rate, your percentage. But things like exclusivity and minimum guarantees are just as important. A good deal protects you and makes sure that you get paid for your creativity no matter what. So, after all that, what is the one big idea you need to walk away with? It really just boils down to this. You really don't need to quit your job or go find some huge investment. You just need to start looking at the world a little differently. Keep an eye out for those small problems and simple improvements. It's about using your brain, not just your time, to create value. So as we finish up, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Opportunities are literally everywhere. In your kitchen, in your car, in your hobbies. The whole world is like your personal research lab. So what are you going to discover? We would genuinely love to hear from you. Did this spark any ideas? What was your biggest takeaway? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this, a like always helps. Thanks so much for watching The Explainer.